Hi, my name's Hannah Bianchi, and I did my project on Hollister High School in Hollister, California. The high school is actually part of the San Benito Joint Union High School District. And just a quick fact, it's the only high school in the area besides a continuation school, so the whole county goes to one high school. A quick overview of what we're going to do today. The plan of attack is to identify the networks and resources for both students and teachers. And from there, we're going to go and identify the community assets that are available, and we'll define networks and resources and community assets as we move through the presentation. We're going to do some quick demographics really quick just so you get an idea of Hollister. The population is a little over 36,000. The average family size is 4.1, or as I like to say 4, since you don't have 0.1 of a person. The student-to-teacher ratio is 20 to 1. There's 15 public and 6 private schools in Hollister itself, with several more in the surrounding county. The unemployment rate is 9.9, which is decent, and the poverty level is 12.8. Another thing to notice is the spoken language down there. The blue represents English and the orange is Spanish. You can see that those are a majority of the languages spoken in Hollister. There's also Chinese and Japanese, some Mandarin. It just depends, but almost 90% speak either English or Spanish. Looking at student life, most students live within 20 minutes of the school, many within 5 to 10. Like I said, it's the major high school in the area, and a lot of the community activities focus or are centralized at the high school. Most students can be found after school at school in programs or in a few of the closer hangouts, and most of them are from residential areas. And another quick note, Hollister High School runs on a block schedule, so students only have 3 classes a day for 100 minutes unless they have a 0 period, but most students start their day at 8:50, and like I said, there's over 15 elementary and middle schools that do feed into the high school, so most of these kids have had classes together or have gone to school together since they were young, which definitely helps in their transition to high school. Now we're going to move on and look at some maps. You can see there's a zoomed out map of Hollister right here. This is just so you get a quick overview at where the kids come from. Most of them are going to be right in there where it says Hollister. There's a few more as you go out on Fallon and San Felipe, but most of them are, a lot of the populace is right there in those darker areas surrounding the word Hollister. A little bit zoomed in here, you can see a few of the different things throughout the area. The high school right there, City Hall, a few of the parks, the fire department, police department, and some stores. Just to give you an idea of what's in the community and a quick look. From here, we're going to look at another map. You can see the red box shows San Benito High School, and the blue box is where a lot of the hangouts are located. The purple streets are actually the main streets that are used in Hollister, some of the main streets. You can see that 2 of them intersect right where the high school is. There's actually a crosswalk in the high school, and it just goes to show you how centralized the high school is to the community. It's right along the main road. You pass it every day. You see it all the time. A lot of the kids there, everybody knows everybody type of deal. You can also see the green areas are a lot of the parks that are located in town. This doesn't show all of Hollister. This is a little bit more zoomed in to show you give you more of an idea of where the high school is and what role it plays in the community. From here, we're going to look at some hangouts. You can see I've marked them with the red arrows. We have the YMCA, Subway. A lot of kids will actually hang out at Taco Bell or Super Taqueria. A little bit farther over down the street from the high school, we have Starbucks, Panda, Burger King, and oddly enough, a lot of students do hang out at the Target as it's one of the bigger stores in Hollister, and a lot of the kids live in the housing development right behind it. So, a little different than some communities, but Target is a big hangout for them. From here, we go on to community assets, and community assets are resources that improve the quality of community life. I've separated them into 4 categories. Obviously, there's more that I didn't get into, but these are just the ones that you need to see to get an idea of the Hollister community. So the churches, there's a large Mormon population, so the Mormon Temple, there's Presbyterian churches, Sacred Heart, St. Benedict's, and many more. Religion's a big part of life in Hollister. Most kids go to church on Sundays. There's a lot of religious involvement with students, and there's a lot of support from churches and their groups. So it's a very big part of Hollister and provides another level of support for the students they might not get at home or at school. Community support, there's the YMCA, the Community Foundation, County Library, the Veterans Building, and the Farmers Market. All of these provide places for students to go where they can interact with the community on another level that they might not do at school or at home. We have several, actually many parks in Hollister. There's Whale Park, Veterans Park and Fields, which is where a lot of the kids go to play basketball, baseball, tennis. There's Dunn Park, Vista Park Hill, Valley View Park, and then the Hollister Skate Park. And these are just a few of the many that aren't listed that are in the community. There's the hot spots for teenagers especially. There's Mars Hill and Java, which are locally owned and operated coffee places. Premier Cinemas movie theater. There's Starbucks. Vertigo, which is actually an art studio coffee house, which allows and presents showcases student work. It's definitely interesting and gives a lot of support to the students who are trying to get out there. Then there's also Hollister Hills, which is what Hollister's known for. It's right outside of town, a dirt bike, motocross place where a lot of people actually drive to come to and hang out at. Now we're going to move on to networks and resources. And throughout this project, I identified community networks and resources as any entity that enables, develops, or promotes community assets or provides a vital service to the students in the community. We have youth engagement. Each of the following programs are available in the community and designed to engage young children. We have large Little League baseball and Vikings football programs that involve a lot of kids and get them started at a young age. We also have soccer, Boys and Girl Scouts, CASA and LULAC, which are both after-school programs for students, YMCA, 4-H, FFA, and the San Benito Stage Company. Organizations that provide support in different ways, whether it be scholarships, funding, or just volunteer opportunities. We have the San Benito County Farm Bureau, Arts Council, Saddle Horse Show Committee, San Benito Historical Society, Cattlemen's and Cattlewomen's, Baylor Backers, which are the sports backers or sports boosters at the high school, the agriculture boosters, and the Community Foundation. Some events that bring out a lot of the community and involve a lot of students are the San Benito County Fair, the annual biker rally, the Saddle Horse Show, football games, San Benito Stage Company productions, weekly farmers markets, and the Ag Barn open house nights. On campus, there's the Career Center, library, ROP education, the AVID program, the Baylor Education Foundation, English learning programs, migrant education, Link Crew, which is actually student run. It's a club that allows juniors and seniors to help freshmen and new incoming students find classes and just get involved in the high school atmosphere and clubs. We have ASB and class office. There's over 75 clubs on the San Benito High School campus, and they're always looking and welcome to start more depending on student interest. There's also 250 or more faculty and staff at one time or another, and several of those are counselors that are available to students at all times. In conclusion, as I've said, the high school in this community is central to the community. Students are involved in many things, but the high school is always that place where you will find students and parents interacting and a lot of community support. And in this high school, it's important to recognize the community support that these kids are lucky enough to have and bring with them to the classroom. So it was a very eye-opening opportunity talking to these people, seeing these places and just going through the community and seeing it through new eyes and identifying those things that I think students bring with them and that have helped shape these students.